IBO, WBO, IBF, WBA. 21 professional fights, 6 world championship fights. Does that not show you what route I'm going in? Let's go, baby! Let's go!
Alright, cool. I'm quite respectful. But if Dylan steps in the ring with me, trust me, you best believe me, none of these heavyweights are on my level. And I keep my lid on, because I don't want to explode on none of them. None of these heavyweights are on my level.
And Ruiz counters! Ruiz counters and Joshua's down! Joshua's in trouble. Joshua's in big trouble. He doesn't have his footing. 3. Absolutely right. Diving with a big right hand that lands on Joshua. Headed towards the end of the round. And Joshua's down again.
Maybe that's it.
That is it.
Maybe that's it.
That is it.
So, let's get started with the narrative. From the devastating loss against Andy Ruiz Jr, millions of fans were left shocked, and we have all noticed his tactics going into fights have not been the same. He went for an immediate rematch against Andy Ruiz Jr, and luckily for Joshua, Andy Ruiz wasn't in any form of good shape at all for the rematch due to his complacency and luxury of being the new world unified heavyweight champion. Millions believed this was Anthony Joshua's perfect chance to be victorious in devastating fashion. However, we saw a much more composed and very less aggressive Anthony Joshua, and despite the fact that he managed to outbox Andy Ruiz, many fans were disappointed as this is the tactic he chose against an overweight Andy Ruiz, when he could have gone in with his killer instinct, which is what he was known for in the first place. Moving on from there, he finally avenged his loss against Andy Ruiz, and he went on to fighting Kubrat Pulev, in which he didn't look the same and very confident in going for the kill instantaneously like he would before his defeat to Andy Ruiz against his opponents. Despite him getting the stoppage victory in round 9 and dropping Pulev in the 3rd round, this is against a Pulev who is much above his time in boxing, and many have argued that it shouldn't have taken Joshua that long to stop Pulev. If you are enjoying this video so far, make sure you are subscribed and definitely hit the bell notification. After having a knockout victory against Kubrat Pulev, Anthony Joshua was completely outclassed and outboxed by the greatest boxer of all time, Alexander Usyk, not once, but twice. And now it's come to a point where millions of fans do not believe that Anthony Joshua is the same fighter as he was before. And many are convinced that he should just retire rather than to consider the heavyweight championship again. Isn't it unfortunate how only because of a few setbacks, the bad is recognized more than the good in the sport of boxing? It's just how life is, sadly. Speaking from facts, and especially as it is clearly evident that the losses Anthony Joshua has put a severe negative impact on his mentality and drive going into his boxing fights, it's clearly not wise for him to step up in the ring with the top heavyweights in the scene, such as Tyson Fury, Deontay Wilder, Zhilei Zhang, or even a trilogy against Alexander Usyk, if that's a possibility. He's also changed trainers twice, going from Rob McCracken to Robert Garcia, and now he's with Derek James. The question I have for you all is, should he stay with Derek James and fix his mentality up, or should he consider another trainer? Let us know in the comments below which trainer would be suitable for Anthony Joshua if he was to change again. However, as there is always a solution to every problem, the one solution and the best option that would be for Anthony Joshua to do right now is to take the rematch against Dillian Whyte. Yes, you heard me, Dillian Whyte, the body snatcher. We need the old Anthony Joshua back, who would knock out all of his opponents in devastating fashion, and the one who is filled with confidence in every fight that he would go in. Anthony Joshua needs to face his old rival Dillian Whyte. Their history is filled with animosity and thrilling exchanges, but their paths have diverged since their first encountered. The rematch with Dillian Whyte will be a defining moment for Anthony Joshua. A knockout victory would send shockwaves through the boxing world, re-establishing his presence in the heavyweight division. Anthony Joshua needs to re-establish his dominance, both physically and mentally. A rematch with Dillian Whyte would allow him to prove that he can overcome adversity, reclaim his knockout power. To ensure victory in the rematch, Joshua must address his weaknesses head-on. He needs to work on his footwork, develop a more versatile approach, and regain his killer instinct in the ring. The reason why Dillian Whyte would be the best fight for Anthony Joshua to take on right now is because both of them are coming out of a defeat prior to the bout against Jermaine Franklin, which both of them won based on the judges' scorecards. What's interesting about this rematch is the fact that both fighters want to get back on the top and they truly dislike each other. The fight they both had in 2015 attracted millions of fans, and both of them gained a huge amount of following and fans from that fight onwards, especially Anthony Joshua, as this was a grudge match to avenge his loss against Dillian Whyte in the amateurs. Now the question that lies is, does Anthony Joshua defeat Dillian Whyte the same way, or will he be defeated once again? This is all down to Anthony Joshua's mentality, as all of us are well aware he has all the capabilities to defeat Dillian Whyte once again. I do have to note that if Anthony Joshua does win, and it's through the judges' scorecards, this is something that may not be as appealing to us boxing fans, as Anthony Joshua was recognised from his knockouts when he first started boxing professionally. It's a crazy situation, but I do personally believe the best thing for Anthony Joshua to do right now is to take the rematch against Dillian Whyte. Definitely comment below on your views regarding this and whether you think Anthony Joshua should face Dillian Whyte again. And if they are to go against each other sometime this year in 2023, how would this fight go? Thank you for watching and see you in the next video. Peace.